YouTube. YouTube is ready. Let's get it. It goes, sis, right? Yeah. Let's see here. Nope, there we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another chop session of Rap and Dough, the home of money conversations. I'm Don Bucks. Today, I got a special guest. She's doing her thing out here. Got 4 businesses and is a mompreneur, to say the least. Without further ado, Michelle Welch.
Oh,
What's up,
thank
sis?
you. Yeah, so I am Michelle Welch. I own and operate a residential and commercial cleaning business. I own a business development agency called Prima Business Agency, where we primarily work with high productivity, time management, and systems and organization, as well as business development. I also am the founder of a nonprofit called the Single Parent Purpose, which is a 501c3. And I also have a business that's an extension of my business agency, and it's Six Figure Cleaning Biz. And that is where I coach in the niche of the cleaning industry, specifically on scaling, systems, sales, everything that you need to be a profitable, sustainable cleaning business. So that's a little bit about me. And I'm a mom. I can't even forget that.
That was a lot. Hold up,
wait.
Michelle. That was a lot. I couldn't even write it all down. Wait a minute. Cleaning business. Mm-hmm. I got the nonprofit. Mm-hmm. Because the people need to hear all of this because, it's one thing to be an entrepreneur, but to have multiple successful businesses, not just be in business, but successfully be in business with children. So how many kids you have?
I have 2. I have a 5-year-old on Monday. He'll be 5. And then I also have a 10-year-old. He'll be 10 in July. So a 5 and a 10-year-old.
5 and a 10-year-old. So how long have you been in business?
I have been in business since 2017. So I'm actually, May 12th is going to be my 5-year anniversary. So, and okay. So May 12th is my 5-year anniversary for owning my business. And July 11th, 2017 is the day I walked away from my corporate job, and I've not had a job since then. Full-time entrepreneurship. Oh, it's echoing. Hold on one second. She said it's echoing.
You echoing?
Yeah, so am I gonna have to turn mine off?
Might be your end.
Should I put my AirPods
on? Because I got a mic hooked up to my phone, so that's why I can't hear my phone. And I got my Bluetooth
What if I put my AirPods on?
Whatever works, we good. We good. But I'm just making sure I got all of the data points for the people because like I said, it's one thing to be in business, but it's a whole nother thing to be successfully in business with kids. So I had to have this conversation with you because I know some mom, and maybe some of the fellas might be able to get some jewels from out of this in regards to being productive. Because you also say you have productivity business too, right?
So I do, I'm heavy in the productivity side of things. So I'm a high productivity and time management coach as well. The biggest thing for me and the way that I'm able to do all of these things is through time management, is understanding where my time is going, understanding how to create my schedules, understanding the value of what my time actually is in its entirety, and being able to have enough self-discipline to know that if I set these things on my schedule, it's because it's necessary for them to get done. So for me, it's like, so all of this is a mindset thing, essentially, right? You have to have the mindset to be an entrepreneur or business owner. It's not something that, just happens. It's like Nipsey said, it's like, it's on you. Like, it's something that is in your bloodstream. It's something that runs through you. So it's just like, if you don't have that mindset that, like, I'm going to get the bag, I'm going to get it by any means. I'm going to make sure that I'm okay. I'm going to make sure that I do right by my business. If you're not going to commit to it, it's not going to commit to you. The process won't commit to you. So that's where a lot of people struggle, because it's like, they want a business, they want the success, they want the end result before they put in the work. And a lot of people tend to forget, like, I'm a 5-year overnight success. Like, this is a work in progress. Like, I went through a lot. Okay. And so
Hey,
because of that, I have the experience and I have, you know, the things that I need to be successful and to teach others. So it's a lot of experience, and it's just understanding like what it is you want out of this, you know, like, because this stuff is not easy. Like, why do you intentionally
right.
want to stress yourself out? Like,
Ooh, intentionally. Yo, that's crazy. So I'm glad we on this mindset piece because, and you said productivity. So let me back up a little bit. You said you're going through your 5th anniversary of your, no, you said you, 5 years, right?
mhm.
So your son is 5.
Yes, I opened
So
it
it's,
when so Trey was born on April 4th, 2017. I registered my cleaning business on May 12th, 2017. I walked away full-time July 11th, 2017.
all right.
And
So then,
not
okay,
even to brag, but I made $17,000 in 90 days. As soon as I
in the
walked
cleaning
away
business.
in being a solo cleaner.
And you was doing the cleaning yourself or you was
Mhm.
hiring people?
I was doing it all myself. I was busting out 2 to 3 houses a day. Yep.
Wow. Somebody just asked me about the cleaning business. And I was like, you know what? And you wasn't at the top of mind. Now you are. That's crazy.
Yep. I've been in the
Um,
cleaning industry for quite some time now.
I think the hard sogs was at the top of mind.
They do
You know what
more.
I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who they are. They do it with contracting. I teach, like, if you want to operate it yourself, like if you want to grow it yourself, they teach a different method. I teach the traditional method. So
Okay. Okay. And another thing, mindset. Um, Now that's a heavy piece. That might be a topic for a whole nother session.
but
But
mindset is foundation.
how did you get there? Like where did there's so many questions I want to ask you. How did you get to that part? Was it the birth of your son? Was it like any other outside forces that made you say, you know what, I got to figure out how to put my time in order? Like where did that come from?
So I grew up in entrepreneurship. My parents,
Oh,
they owned daycares, they owned cleaning businesses. So a previous podcast that I did made me realize that my parents, you know, our parents, we become a product of what typically they are. So my
mm,
parents, I grew up in the daycare. I was like, I have pictures of me walking around in, you know, my diaper and stuff. So it was something that was just second nature for me. I was running my parents' daycare at the age of 16. I had my credentials by the age of 16, my 45 hours. I was able, like, I was a certified teacher. I had my CPR. Like, if I wanted to go open up a childcare facility right now, I could easily. And so they prepared me without even realizing it, because at the end of the day, it's like, all right, I'm there. I see how my mom operates. I see how my dad operates. I see how they work as a team. So my whole life, that's what I was around. So the foundation in my mindset was already there. Like, we get it by any means necessary. We're going to hustle. We're going to work. We're going to get what's ours, but on our own accord. You know what I'm saying? My parents were very big about the freedom. So it was dope to be able to be involved in everything. I saw how much money my parents were making monthly. I was able to, you know, collect parent payments and do things like that. So I was in the business. I really understood
mm-hmm.
it. And because I even sometimes get to a space, and because I've always had jobs that aided in the development of me doing what I'm doing now. So, but I have instances where I'm talking about a topic and someone will ask me a question, or I'll be creating a curriculum for one of my programs for coaching. And I'll be like, damn, when did I learn this? Like, why, how do I know this? Where did this come from? And you know how, like, people have superpowers. I
Mm-hmm.
truly believe, like, my brain just sifts through and picks up business information and I just consume it. Like, I to not even to toot my own horn, but when it comes to
Michelle.
this business stuff, like, you can't touch me. Like, it's just not, I'm just very clear and concise, and I'm a strategic planning. Like, that's what my agency does. We do strategic planning, business development. So I understand the level of business development. Are you on the growth scale? Are you in maturity? Are you in startup stage? Do we need to see what the value of the company is? I get down to the nitty gritty and I break your business apart, because If you're stuck at making 10K, I can tell you that we can up that by 20 to 30% just in your productivity alone. Just by me sitting down with you and working on your schedule, getting your business organized, because it's an organization, getting those components in place, we can take you up in profits pretty much instantly. The reason why is because when we don't manage our time, we're losing money because we don't know where the money is supposed to be flowing from. So when you have a plan, when you have structure, when you have goals, when you have milestones to get to those goals, you're going to know, all right, it's going to take me 4 hours a day to bust down on this, and this. That doing that task is going to bring me $500, $600, because sometimes people are not motivated by looking at a task list. Sometimes people need to see some numbers. People like money. So do what works for you. But at the end of the day, like, you got to have foundation. It doesn't matter how you start your business. Get it started, but go back and get the foundation in place, because what's going to happen is you're going to start to get clients and you're going to start to work and operate. And if you're in the service side, you know, what does that onboarding process look like? What is that, you know, are you accepting client payments? Do you have, you know, your policies and procedures? What is your refund policy? We skip all of these steps and then we wonder why we're unmotivated to get more clients, or we're unmotivated to get the process started because there's no process to begin with. So when you initially get into business, understanding, having the mindset that you can be a business owner, that you can have success, that you can get to where you need to go, but also understanding, like, do you have the worth ethic to put into this? Because it's not this is literally like a commission-based job. That is what this is. If you want the most layman's terms, you are literally putting in sweat equity in hopes that you're going to bring in the right target client audience and they're going to pay you for whatever it is your product is or what your service is. So if you're not clear on your selling points, if you're not clear on what your product is, if you're not clear on your business structure, how are you going to sell a product that you don't know about? How? Nobody would buy anything from me if I didn't open my mouth and tell people, listen, I do this, I do that. Why am I presenting myself as a productivity coach? Well, look at this. I have all of this research, all these years. I've been teaching productivity for the last 3 years. I've been going in on time management for the last 3 years. This is not anything new. So it's like the more that we evolve from the pandemic, the more that we evolve through just more people becoming entrepreneurs, the processes are changing for time management. We're able to add different things and we're able to be more flexible and have more green time. And it's just when you take the time to sit down and evaluate what it is you got going on in your business, in your personal life, because I'm going to tell y'all right now, if your personal life is a shit show, it's going to reflect on your business. There has to be a level of alignment that you have within yourself and your business for you to be consistently successful. You can hit success and have a sale and sell out and make 10 bands in one day. But what happens when you don't make sales for the next 30 days? What's going to happen? So we have to make sure, we're all successful, but are we consistently successful? Are we bringing in revenue or are we bringing in profits? Like, there's a difference. And when you understand the foundation of the business, these things aren't clouded. They're not cloudy at all.
Michelle. OMG.
I told you, don't get me started. I'm so passionate about it. It just
OMG.
It comes out.
Yo, it's so many layers to the stuff you just said. And first of all, let me go back to the part where you said you grew up in entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Like, that sounds like me. Like, I've been working with my dad for going on 30 years in the barbershop. So ain't nothing you can't tell me about a barbershop.
Right?
Okay? Nothing you can't tell me about a fade. Okay? So I feel you on that. And everybody's not born into that, right? So I guess we do have a slight advantage to that degree to have that feeling of,
I wouldn't say
there is no plan B, because this is the business. This is it. This is how we eat. So there is no fallback plan. So what was you about to say?
There is no slight. I think, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't realize this until a podcast where someone asked me about my upbringing and they were like, wow, like we have like a home court advantage, because the thing is that like, it is a mindset thing, but imagine being raised we're being raised in the environment. We're learning, we're in the process. Like we're literally seeing the day-to-day grind, what works, what doesn't work, the environment of the customers. It's like the whole vibe, the whole essence. It's there,
Everything.
it's a part of us. So it's just like, it's like the pretty gene. We have that pretty gene that we're instantly, because someone like me that grew up in entrepreneurship, that saw my parents get it out the mud, that saw them work to a space of making a lot of money and us having an amazing lifestyle and all of these things. Like, then I look at other people that are my age that are entrepreneurs. We're built different. You don't have the same passion and drive that I do. You don't have that. You don't have the same self-discipline. And that self-discipline comes at a young age when I had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning every day to be at the daycare with my mom. And I didn't go home until 6:30 in the evening. And it was, my schedule was based around my parents' business. And that's how it was. And I was in private school and I had all these different things. So it's like, we have the biggest advantage possible. And it's just, I don't think enough people make that comparison. Like, look at yourself versus somebody else that became an entrepreneur after they were in the corporate world and they just felt like that didn't work.
Right, it's different.
It's different.
I've been here my whole life. Now it just so happened to go digital. So now that part is new to me. But the whole overall mindset of it, I was already here. Like, I'm already a dog.
And I feel like we have that essence of like, I don't give a damn about failure. Like, what's going to happen? I'm going to have to maybe get a job. I'm going to have to go do another hustle. I'm going to have to get back cleaning. I'm going to have to go clean some toilets. Listen, if I know how to do anything, I know how to make money. Like, I know how to make money, whether it's opening up my books for residential cleanings, I can be booked out instantly. Like, it's just, there's so many avenues. And when you build yourself to be an entrepreneur with systems, with a blueprint of your business, like all of my businesses literally have a binder that has my business plan, my marketing plan, my contingency plan, all of these different plans. Because let's say, for example, with my cleaning business, I'm going to open up another location in Atlanta. So now, instead of having to sit there and say, oh, let me go put new plans together, let me go do this, go that, I can literally grab my binder, that's my Welch Enterprise Service binder, that has the process of everything that we've done, and go duplicate that in Atlanta. Just pick up everything and just duplicate to the location. Just change the numbers to the yes, just change the numbers to do the demographics. Just change the number to match who we're going to be servicing. And it makes it so much easier, because I was thinking about franchising. You know, I do cleaning coaching and I have people that all the time want to start cleaning businesses. I have the blueprint. I know how to do it. So it's just like, and then on top of that, I'm going to have to just let you know this because I know you're going to be excited. Since my 5-year anniversary is May 12th, I'm launching my janitorial supply store on May 12th as well. So we are going to
see you jumping the gun, miss. You are jumping my question gun. Okay.
Okay. Let me be quiet now. I'm gonna be quiet.
You jumping my question gun. Okay. But it's just flowing out of you. Wow.
It's just exciting. It's so exciting because we're in a different time where, like, what a time to be an entrepreneur. Like, what a time. It's like there's a portal open for success.
So wait a minute, let me reset this room. So for anybody that's just seeing Miss Michelle Welch, 4-time successful business owner and mompreneur, if you've never seen her before, hit that arrow up top, give her a follow. If you've never seen me before, especially on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell for when I have people on here like this. So back to what we were saying, it is a little different, right? That we was kind of raised in that environment. And I believe that puts a little bit more, I guess, that buffers our points even more, because we're sitting up here telling you from that perspective, XYZ. You might want to listen. You might want to listen just a little bit, because I've been doing what I do in business for 30. She's been doing what she's been doing in her business for I don't know how long her life been.
Since I was
her whole life. Yeah, me too, since I was 15. So it's like we know a little bit about business.
So tapped in on the live on Instagram. Someone said Michelle is the epitome of hustle. Can't outwork.
Yes. Yes.
Like,
it's
you're not
just
going
flowing out of her. Huh?
Oh, that's my friend. I need to send him a DM. I need to remind myself.
Who that? Landlord
Landlord
Jones. Shout
Jones.
out to
I need to,
Landlord Jones.
he does trading. He's gonna be one of my he's gonna teach me how to trade, like a mentor thing. I need to reach out to him because I need to learn how to trade.
Trade stocks?
No, I think he does crypto.
Oh, okay. Landlord Jones. Okay. I might tap in
But
with Landlord Jones, see what he got. Um,
but the thing
what
is
else?
it's that mentality. Like I love Nipsey. I love Kobe. Like when you think about their mentality on how like your working ethic, like work ethic will outbeat everything. Like, I don't care how talented you think you are. I don't care how cool you think you are. I don't think I don't care how much you think your influence is. I put in the work, like
That's a
whether it be
fact.
cleaning a toilet, whether it be creating a curriculum, whether it be doing whatever needs to get done. I'm the type of business owner that it's like, if I have to be on the front line, I'm gonna be on the front line. If I have to be on the back line, I'm gonna play whatever position for the ultimate success of the business. That is the goal. Because why did
Some
I
people don't want to be Pippin though. Some people don't want to be Pippin.
and that's fine.
Mike.
Me though, I'm the head. I'm in charge. I'm the captain. That's just how it is, because I know what I'm doing. I know what I want, and I know how I'm going to get there because I've gotten there consistently. Like, I don't care what anybody says. What I do works for me, and it works for a lot of other people, but continuously do what works for you, because the way you may operate your cleaning business may not be the same way I operate mine. The way you may operate your social media won't be the same way I do mine. Like, I don't do ads. I'm just now getting into ads. I do all organic marketing because I feel like if I have something that is worth buying, worth people paying money for, I should be able to present it in such a way that I don't need paid reach. My reach is the influence that I'm putting out there with the value, visibility, and consistency of my plan. Like, that's what it comes down to, because when you're valuable, when you're giving people things to hold on to, when you're giving them a process, when you're giving them something to look up to, anything.
No shade on paid ads though, right?
No, because I'm about to get into paid ads right now. I want my
Okay, all right, all
but
right.
I'm saying the majority, no, I have no shade toward paid ads, but the majority of my entrepreneurial career from this point on, I have been organic marketing. I've just been showing up as myself. But it's like, now I have different vision. I have a bigger vision. Like, I'm somebody that grows really, really quick. I grow so quick, like it's shit just drops off like dead flies. The thing is, for me, is that as soon as something doesn't work, or I feel too uncomfortable, or it's not really, I'm not seeing the clear vision, I let it go and I keep moving forward. And some people think that's wrong. And I'm like, no, because I've been in the business for so long now. I know what works for me. I know that when I get to a certain point in the business and I don't see the growth that I want to see, or I don't see something happening, I know I'm turned off. I don't, because at that point, I'm like, I'm not working this hard. I'm not doing this for that. And then I have to also evaluate, what are my other goals? What are the other things that I want to accomplish? Because a big problem with the entrepreneurs today, it has us in a chokehold, is like, people want $10,000 days. They want $100,000 months. They want $10 million years. Why? What do you need that for? Is that essential? Is that needed? So when you break it down, it's like, are you doing this because you want to be on the status quo, because you want to be in a certain in crowd? That's cool. I don't judge. Or are you doing this because you have a legacy to leave behind and you're tired of working for somebody and you want to have that financial freedom and you want to be able to do whatever you want? I'm sorry, but I love waking up on a Tuesday and taking my kids to Universal and saying, fuck everything else, because this is what we're going to do. And not having to worry about what my bank account looks like, and not having to worry about if I'm going to be able to pay the light bill. It's a different kind of success when you give yourself freedom. And so you have to really evaluate why. It all goes back to the why. Why am I doing this? Because if you really want to be like honest, a lot of the people that portray on,
you know how I feel about this. Why?
Like,
you know how I feel about it.
It's not about the cars and the clothes and that. None of that matters. Like, a lot of people don't get it. That shit doesn't matter. What matters, can you take care of your family? Can you take care of your family? Like, what does that dynamic look like? What do you have getting ready for your kids? And a lot of people are like, well, that's not where I want to be. This is your life on the line. This is not a fucking game. And a lot of people,
not a game though.
Like, it's a game. This is your life. This is not your year. This is not your week, your month. This is your life. And you're playing with it when you play with your potential, when you play with how you are going to feed your family. Imagine that. Imagine if employment just doesn't exist anymore. Imagine, what are you going to do? Do you have enough discipline to put your work ethic to the test? A lot of people don't. And that is why, and I know this is one of your questions, but that is why you need to pick and choose your battles in entrepreneurship. Some people are good at the 9 to 5. Some people are great in corporate America, and there's no shade, nothing wrong with that. But there's that line that you can't dabble on. You have to be built for this, for entrepreneurship, for business ownership. You have to be prepared to go for broke all the time. I've made $500,000 and I've lost $100,000. I've made so much money and I've lost so much money. At the end of the day, if you are not willing to consistently take risks, because there's nothing guaranteed about being a business owner. There is nothing guaranteed. COVID happened. I lost $14,000 in 6 hours. That's crazy. People weren't prepared. So it's just like, prepare yourself for business, prepare yourself for what's coming next. Now, one point though for COVID was that if you had your business stuff in order, your foundation, if you had your license, your EIN, you were able to get grants, you were able to get PPP loans the right way. So it's like, do we have to keep going in on why it's so important to have our foundation together? A lot of people are missing out on opportunities in all different types of businesses, on grants, on potential, business loans and stuff, because you don't have your shit together. Who is going to give you funding for a business or even hear you out if you don't even have like a contingency plan of what's going to happen if this idea doesn't work? Or what is your 3 to 5 year plan look like? Or, what does the first 90 days of business look like? You have a logo,
Time out.
No.
Time out. Michelle, we have to constantly, like, I know we be wanting to, coach up, but let's go back to that why situation, because I believe none of this shit we talking about come. It ain't none of this going to happen. All this productivity, knowing your business, ain't none of that going to happen until we get past the why part. So for you, I'm pretty sure everybody's why is different, right? My back was against the wall that made me do what I had to do. What was it for you that made you say, you know what, there is no plan B? I know you grew up in business, but were you always an entrepreneur? You weren't always an entrepreneur. So she wasn't always an entrepreneur. What was the turning point that said, you know what was that why that said, you know what, I gotta go do what I know I gotta go do, which is go be this entrepreneur? What was it?
The turning point, it was an emotional turning point. It was, I had to use my oldest son's piggy bank to buy my youngest son diapers. I didn't have any money. I still didn't get paid for my job, and I had to buy diapers. And
oh, you gotta make me cry.
And so I'm about to cry, because that was literally like, seriously, that was like this, not this time, but a couple months back, 5 years ago that this happened. So to see the growth of where I'm at now is just like, it's crazy. But that was a turning point. It was, I couldn't afford to be a mom. And that did something to me. That I literally, that night I sat with myself and I was like, God, like, this is not what you wanted for me. This was not the plan. Like, I'm a single mom of 2 kids. I'm 25 years old. I don't have a job. I don't have a car. I don't have a college degree. I don't have anything but kids. Like, this wasn't the plan. So I created the plan for my cleaning business back in 2015. Like, this was something I was sitting on for a while. I just didn't have the discipline to get up and complete the plan.
So on dreams. Okay.
So I grabbed that plan that I already had, because I had a notebook, and I had a call center job at the time, and I would sit while I was taking calls, and I would just write out, like, I would be Googling, like, how do you open a cleaning business? I did all my due diligence, like, what kind of products that I need. I literally did all of that back in 2015. And I still have the notebook today, as a point of reference of, like, you got to write that shit down.
So wait a minute, you was writing this down. Where did that come from?
I
See what
don't
I'm saying?
like, that's what I
We
don't
be getting
know.
these ideas. People be having these ideas and never say, you know what, let me write this down.
I don't know what possessed me to say a cleaning business. I don't know
Right.
what, but I feel like I just kind of thought like, what would be the easiest thing to open? What would be the simplest thing? And I have a video on my Instagram about it. I was like a cleaning business because I can go to the Dollar Tree and get cleaning supplies. I can make stuff on my phone or, open up a Facebook page and market on the internet for free. So I can Google other cleaning businesses and see what their price points are. So to start up, I spent $20 in supplies at the Dollar Tree. And I created, I think Canva was just coming out at that time. So I
Y'all
created
hear
some stuff
this?
on Canva. And you know what I started doing? I started going on Facebook Live every single Tuesday, doing something called Tip Tuesday, where I would talk to my audience about how to keep your house clean, about what the importance of maintaining your home, how to keep curb appeal, how to get rid of the red mold growing in your bathroom, what is the use of the vent fan in your bathroom, how to remove dust from your ceiling if you don't have a ladder to get, like I was literally, and I did it for like 40 weeks straight. And when I tell you
Yo.
that in the city of Orlando, during like 2017 to 2019, I was the queen of clean. That's what they called me. Like my business was the number one. If someone on Facebook was like, I need a cleaning service, my name was tagged. If anybody, it was me, my company, Queen Cleaning Concepts. That was my first cleaning business, was that girl. Like you came to me for cleaning. I was the number one top of mind. And that was my guerrilla marketing aspect of it. I wanted to add so much value that even if you didn't get a cleaning, you referred people to me. Even if you didn't get a cleaning, you referred people to me. And I had people sending me referrals. And I have a video. I'm going to post it today just because of this live. I want you to see it. That, you know how like Instagram shows you what you posted like 2 or 3 years ago? 3 years ago, I was sitting on the couch and I was like, wow, I'm going into year 2 of my business. And for the last 6 months, we've ran strictly off of referrals. My business I marketed it so well and I was down everyone's throat so bad. I had referrals coming in for 6 months. I didn't have to market. I didn't have to post. My books were cleared, all because I showed up consistently, gave that value, and I remained visible. I was always posting before and after pictures. I was always showing the value of my product. I was showing my personality. I was going on live when I would go on site and be like, hey guys, we're at a 2-2 cleaning, they're moving out, whatever. I didn't know what I was doing then, but it makes so much sense now. And I didn't know what made me want to do that. I just knew that was
Gotta move out on them unctions. Damn.
I walked away from my job with no money in the bank. I had nothing. And I was like, Mom, I'm going to go start my cleaning company full time. I can't do this anymore. And she was like, okay, where's this going to happen? Is you have to go back and get another job. She's like, me and your dad will help you with the kids. Like, do what you got to do. And to this day, I'll be 5 years in May.
Yo.
Yep.
Give you your flowers right now. It's only been 5 years and you goated in my eyes. Oh man, it's so
We've
much.
done over 3,000 cleanings. We've held over 200 contracts. And now I'm learning how to do government contracting with minority business certifications, getting other certifications, because now I'm going straight for government contracts. I want guaranteed money.
The big bag.
I saw some of them bids come through on the website. When that bitch said $1 million, I was like,
$1 million for what?
For a bid on a contract. So with government contracting, they have to give a certain percentage of the contracts to minority businesses. They have to. So they're looking for people that look like me to have their shit together to come and bid on these projects and bid on, there was one, it was like 2 years ago, there was one for the airport. So the airport broke up, they broke the contract up in like different sections. And it was like I think it was like ultimately like a $7 million overall contract. And they broke up sectors into like 100,000, 250,000, and they did it like that. So it's like you run into these contracts, you run into, like in downtown, all of those big bank buildings, that's all government stuff. So like you can get contracts with those and have porters on site. Porters are people that actually stay for like a duration of the day. Like, listen, the largest contract that I've bid on was $108,000 contract, and I did not get it. I almost got it. But the problem for me was I'm a profit girl. So if my profits are not 30% or above, and that's still pushing it, I don't want to deal with the headache of having to manage the contract. It's not worth it for me to manage it.
So for the people that's watching on live, hit that arrow down bottom and share this out with like 5 people, 10 people. Share this out. So also for the people, if someone wanted to, let's say there's an entrepreneur that's going to be watching this, is watching it now, that wants to look to start getting into government contracts, which point them in the right direction. How do they get started doing that?
So it's based on the state that you're in, how the process goes. In Florida, they want you to have your minority business certification. So that's the first step. And doing that, it's a tedious process. You need to have like your bank account registered. You need to have all of those other things like your license, your LLC has to be in place. You need to have your SOP. You need to have all of that stuff in order, because it's a lot of paperwork you have to fill out. And I believe with that, you have to have been in business for like a year, because you have to show your bank, you have to show statements, you have to show a lot of information for them to show your credibility. I mean, you're getting government contracts. So right. You're working with Lockheed Martin and big names like that. So it only makes sense, but it's the best thing to do is to go through your state and see what certifications your state offers, because there's government contracts that you can locally get as well, but that all goes through your state and your county, and that information that's on the county websites and the state website, and you'll find all the information that you need there. But a lot of it is different based off of each state that you're in. So you just have to look more or less, but look at your counties and look in your county websites, your state websites, and just see, because sometimes they offer grants for cleaning businesses. They offer grants for growth of your business. And that's why it's so important as a business owner to be tapped in with your community, to be tapped in with those opportunities. Because here, like in Orlando, the UCF is the college here. They have something called like the UCF incubator, where you can apply and they can help you grow your business, and you can get grants and you can get other things like that. But a lot of people don't know about the things that are offered for them because they're not showing up. Being a business owner is a lot more than just selling your product or your service. You have to show up in all capacities. You have to feed yourself constantly. And I mean, you can't be famished and focused, but you also need to constantly be growing your knowledge base. You need to be learning. Like, there is no glass ceiling. You have to constantly be on your shit, because there's someone coming for your spot. Like, it's not a joke. It doesn't matter how long you think you're in here. Like, it doesn't matter how big you think you are. There's someone better than you, and that's okay, but you're not going to outwork me. So that's where the difference is. So that's just what it is. Like, stop playing.
So you were saying Florida, that's where you had to do your due diligence. Are you from Florida?
No, I'm from New Jersey.
Oh, Jersey in the building. What part?
I'm Trenton.
Lies.
Yeah.
I'm from Trenton.
Nuh-uh.
Dead ass.
I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. What the wait a minute, man.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
so that's where the daycare was? They might know my dad.
There was one up there, then their cleaning company was up there. And then we moved to Tampa when I was like 6. And my aunt opened up a daycare in Orlando, and then my mom opened up another one here too. So
you from Trenton, New Jersey?
Yes.
All this time, yo.
I really hope you didn't think I was a Floridian. I mean, I know I've lived here for forever, but I don't.
I'm glad I asked that. That is crazy. We might be related,
right?
Trenton's small as shit.
It really is, and that's why I don't like going there, because I be seeing so many
to be the capital of New Jersey, like, wow. And even if you don't know people, you kind of seen them before. I mean,
it's a small space.
That's dope-ish. It's a small world. You just shrunk it even more. Okay.
Listen.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Damn, you done messed me up now. You done messed me up. So, okay, here we go. So, Okay, so the cleaning business you started in Florida, right?
Yes.
Now we about to take a turn. We about to take a turn, y'all, because this topic here has been floating around the internet since everybody started doing the entrepreneurial thing heavy in 2020. We still got some people that want to hang on, which is cool. But she just said, like, yo, what if, just imagine if employment went away? What skill sets do you have? So do you believe, or let me just ask you, what's your perspective on entrepreneurship ain't for everybody? Y'all, uh-oh, wait a minute. Are we freezing? Are we freezing? We are not freezing. Oh, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. What happened? What happened? Yeah, I see you. What happened? They ain't want these bars. See, you know what I mean? That heat was about to come. Um, I mean, we only got a couple more questions, so we can, yeah, we can just I'll just edit this and